Hello, beautiful and wonderful people. I hope you're doing good, you're doing great from whatever corner of the country that you're watching Celeb Corner KE from. I welcome you to our video. And right now, there is a story that is currently ongoing on every social media platforms where we are trying to look at the current political situations in the country, and mostly in regards to President William Ruto trying to cover his bases which he has lost in the Mount Kenya region. Kulingana na takwimu za mitandao ya kijamii na haswa kulingana na takwimu za wanasiasa tofauti hapa nchini Kenya, mostly the political analyst, the president has lost the mountain. And also other insights that we have is that the former deputy president or the former second deputy president of the Republic of Kenya, Honorable Rigathi Gachagua, is currently in a fight with the former president of the Republic of Kenya. That is Uhuru Kenyatta. They are all contesting, trying to see who is the real kingpin of the mountain. Now, there is something that has come to my attention. Some new details that have been brought to us is that the Jubilee Party, which is a party that is owned by the former president Uhuru Kenyatta, whose Secretary General is Jeremiah Kioni, is currently recruiting members. And they tried to approach the impeached Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua to be a member of the Jubilee Party and also to stand with the Jubilee Party. But Rigathi Gachagua rejected their offer. And that is why on Sunday, when the event happened in Muranga, the event where Martin Wajanet, a Kegosho artist in the Mount Kenya region, one of the biggest gospel artists, held a peace concert in the Mount Kenya region and mostly at Ihora Stadium in Muranga, was given certain conditions for him to hold that meeting. That the former deputy president should not grace his event. And even if he forcibly does so, that the former president, deputy president Rigathi Gachagua, should not be given time to address the people of Muranga. Now remember, this event, which was on Sunday, came just after the events that took place in Muranga the previous Friday, where the advisor to the president, Honorable Moses Kuria, who was also a darling of the people of the Mount Kenya region, was heckled while he attended a burial of one of the MCAs. Also, these people refused to receive the condolences messages from Deputy President Kithure Kindiki and the President, William Samoei Ruto. They told the governor of Muranga that we don't want to hear anything that concerns or involves the president. So, hizo condolences message zenu mnaweza peleka mbali. That is actually what they did, and that's what they told the governor who was sent to relay the message to the people. Now, this sent out a clear message. Now, there is a rumor that the president is currently looking for the former president Uhuru Kenyatta to have a conversation that will include or absorb the Jubilee Party into the current Kenya Kwanza government. And this leaves out Rigathi Gachagua. You know, Rigathi Gachagua has a bone to chew with the government. This is a government that this man used his everything to fight for. He believed that he will remain as the deputy president for the next 10 years, but he only served a term of 2 years. So, miaka ingine 8 alinyang'anywa. So when Uhuru Kenyatta, you know, we all know that Rigathi Gachagua, when the conversation about his impeachment started being brought to the house or being rumored, he started preparing himself mentally and psychologically. That is why most of the time you could hear Rigathi Gachagua calling upon the former president Uhuru Kenyatta to forgive him for the sins that he made by attacking the former president. But all in all, we have never heard the former president Uhuru Kenyatta spoke about it in public that he forgave Rigathi Gachagua. You know, Rigathi fought this man with everything he had. He was trying to exact revenge on the Kenyatta family because of what they made him undergo during his time as a member of parliament of Madeira, and then as a campaigner for President William Ruto, and also as a running mate for President William Ruto. So wakati Uhuru and the Jubilee realized that this man now has garnered the sympathy of the people of the Mount Kenya region, they realized, you know what, it's about time to approach this guy. Ana chama, and that is what he hate him fully. Ana chama, so why don't we give him an offer? Yes, he was part of Jubilee. Why don't siakuje? He has the following now. Let him come back and run Jubilee. Let him come back. Tutampea hata chair, kiti kama chairman of the party. But when he was approached, he declined the offer. And that is why recently Kioni called out a press the other day, and he made it clear to the people of Kenya that the former president Uhuru Kenyatta had given him conditions to go ahead and now start consolidating bases around the Mount Kenya region and recruiting new members in Jubilee party, because Gachagua refused. You know, in the Mount Kenya region right now, the UDA party has been brushed off. So the only party that is left there, at least with some roots, is the Jubilee party. Now, if Rigathi Gachagua would have taken the Jubilee party and be part of it, then that would be a movement to record. But he has decided, and that's why you have heard him telling the people that msubiri mwezi Januari ndipo nitaweza kuwapea mwelekeo sahihi. Mwezi Januari tutakuwa tumekamilisha mikakati ya kujipanga kwa ajili ya siasa za hapo mbele. That means by 2025 January, Rigathi Gachagua will have really formed his party, and now they will start grassroots recruitment to try and garner support from the grassroots people and from the people of the Mount Kenya region. Alafu kumbuka, Gachagua wants to make the environment of the mountain so hostile for President William Ruto that he will not ever dare, or anybody, even an MCA that was against Rigathi Gachagua, he wants to make sure that everybody suffers the wrath and they will not get re-elected come the year 2027, because he will be the one that will be talking. Now, the government is trying to absorb Jubilee. Kuna fununu ya kwamba Kioni amekuwa approached sana. Uhuru Kenyatta amekuwa approached sana. But recently, Uhuru Kenyatta wants to stay away from this politics. But he also has some interest that he must safeguard, and that is the interest of his family, that is his businesses. Na ndio maana wacha niwaambie, the reason why Rigathi Gachagua was denied the mic in Muranga, and the reason why the equipments were shut off and kila kitu ikafungwa, it's because our watu, they know the impact that this man, you know, that man speaks. Huyo mtu ananga uoga. Let me tell you one thing, if you haven't realized with Gachagua. Once Gachagua takes the mic, he enters a certain mode called clear and destroy mode. And that is the mode that Gachagua puts on. If he would have been given the mic on Sunday, let me tell you, mungejua hiyo serikali. Remember, before he came to that meeting, to Ihora Stadium, he held he attended a church service at Kigumo in Muranga, and there he gave a speech of 40 minutes, and there he touched on every key aspect that the people of the Republic of Kenya have been speaking about and have been pointing out the president on them: demolitions, Adani, healthcare, na mambo mengi sana, and how a lot of people have been turned into puppets of praising the president. Are you getting the point? Now, wali realize mse akipewa mic hapa tutaachwa kufanya damage control. So the best thing that we can do is deny him the chance to speak to his people. And that's what they did. Martin Wajanet is a man that, as he feeds from Uhuru Kenyatta. Akona kazi pale Kameme FM na Kameme TV. Analetanga Kigosho Kameme TV. He is a friend to the Kenyatta family. He has benefited so much from the Kenyatta family. That man would not dare cut the hand that feeds him. Angejaribu. Because Gachagua ameambiwa kuja Jubilee akakataa. His fight is against the president. He does not want anything else. Anataka kama anaingia chama, ni chama kinampiga rais. You've all seen several times how Kioni behaves with Jubilee. Jubilee right now is not the party that we knew stands out. Yani kuna wale wanasiasa, wana nguvu na wana msimamo. Akina Maina Kamanda disappeared. Akina Maina Kamanda disappeared. People like Muranga disappeared. You know, those who are foot soldiers for Jubilee. Now Kioni was left to run this party, and then Kioni fears sometimes even to speak against the president. So they realized if we have Gachagua, then we will have the power to control everything around the mountain and also consolidate other bases to support us as Jubilee party. Tunaelewana? But you know what? Gachagua decided, I'm not going to board. I'm not boarding. So ndio maana unaona sahi anapigwa vita left, right and center. Hata vita yenye Gachagua anapokea sana sana haitokei kwa Rais William Ruto peke yake, inatoka kwa Uhuru Kenyatta na the Kenyatta family, and also some other leaders that believe Gachagua will become a threat to them come the year 2027. So they want to make him an unfactor. But will he be an unfactor? You know, I want to read you a message by one blogger by the name of Pauline Njoroge. Na nataka msikize haya maneno ya Pauline Njoroge. Now, apart from that, I also want to read a message by one Maverick Aoko Otieno in regards to Gachagua and everything. Now, Maverick tells us that Rigathi Gachagua was approached by Jubilee to join the Jubilee party, but he turned them down. Listen, anasema hivi. Rigathi was approached to join Jubilee. He has refused. That is why he said he will give directions in January. It is true Ruto is wooing Uhuru, but hajaingia box. He is too unwell for high octane politics. Mimi bora Rigiji is strategizing to bring down Ruto. He has my backing. That's what one Maverick Aoko said. Now, apart from Aoko, I want us also to get the message of this other lady, that is Pauline Njoroge. Currently, she is running the campaign for Raila Odinga to join the AU. And I want you to listen and listen very careful. She says, an unpopular opinion. Gachagua is not Uhuru or Kibaki. The former presidents were futuristic, thoughtful and strategic. Gachagua is not. The former DP is definitely bold, a great mobilizer, and very good with narratives. But that's just about it. He's not sophisticated in his thinking, and strategically he is not smart. He gets carried away easily, gets caught up in the present moment, and acts without thinking of future ramifications of his actions. When he picks up a fight, he does it aggressively, but instinctively. Remember his inauguration speech at Kasarani and his other schemes that followed, like Northland raids. I can bet that even in his fight with Ruto, he only thought of that present moment and never applied any strategic plan to it. At present, he will continue fighting aggressively, get crash events, and cause a lot of excitement for the moment. But if you happen to ask him what the eventual plan is, I am almost certain he would have no answer. Yet a smart and strategic mind is required even for a kingmaker. So my dear Mount Kenya people, get all excited for now, as there is a man who is giving Ruto a hard time in the region. But if you're looking for a person who will give the community strategic directions moving into the future, you will have to go back to the drawing board, as the person is not Gachagua. Due to the urgency and significance of this matter, we may even need to pray facing the great Mount Kenya and plead with Mwene Nyaga to provide and anoint for us a man who will lead the community into the future and build a great and meaningful collaboration with other Kenyan communities. Now remember, Pauline Njoroge is a blogger for Jubilee. She remained to be under Jubilee. She has been one of the faces of President Uhuru Kenyatta. So what she is speaking and telling us is that Gachagua has disagreed with Uhuru Kenyatta. He has refused to follow the advices of Uhuru Kenyatta to join Jubilee, and he wants to forge his own path in the politics of the Republic of Kenya by forming his own party, which will go against Ruto come the year 2027. And they believe that he is making a wrong move. But do you see Gachagua making a wrong move? What we can tell Gachagua right now is that he needs to form a team. Yes, he has members of parliament, senators and governors that are backing him. But he needs to have a strategic team, a plan for the future. He has promised us that by January next year, he will have given the Mount Kenya people their plan and the go ahead. He will have laid out the plan on how the mountain will focus when it comes to the politics of the Republic and who they will be backing. Are you getting the point? So we are waiting for that. Another thing, he has been denied media interviews by every media company in the country since he was ousted as the deputy president to address the matter. One other thing that we shall remind the deputy president, the former deputy president. Yeah, people love you. But if the media, or let's say the mainstream media has denied you a chance, you have seen the impact that you have on social media, on the digital media, on the new media. It's about time you formulate a plan on how you will work with the online media. The online media made President William Ruto who he is. I remind you that because then the mainstream was only focused on selling Raila Amolo Odinga. They forgot about Ruto. But Ruto now took Itumbi and told Itumbi to form a team that will focus on the new media. And that's what they did. And with that, they convinced every Kenyan that the Asla narrative was an heaven on earth. So it's about time you start thinking on strategies. Remember, people like SK Masharia is a friend of Uhuru Kenyatta. He owns Royal Media Services. Royal Media Services owns about 50% of the media stations in the country. Come to Radio Africa. Come to The Nation. Come to Media Max. Media Max is owned by the Kenyatta family. Tell me how they will give you a chance in Kameme or Rinoro. Yet, you are disagreeing with their bosses to join Jubilee. It's about time you have a new plan. For now, we leave it there. I remind you that this is Celeb Corner KE. Tell me what you think about Rigathi Gachagua turning down Uhuru Kenyatta's proposal to join Jubilee.